today, one of the big things that I thought was really critical as we were looking through this information was the number of people that were actually using social media for advertising in their business. Okay, 76% of women and 73% of men are using it. Now, here's why that's important in my opinion. The average age is still 56. Okay, so what that means is that most of the people that the average age are using social media to do their advertising.
Yeah.
So when you're getting your brand out, and I know that you're good at this, but I think this is worth us saying out. I think this is worth us saying out loud. If I go to a postcard company and I ask the postcard company to help me get my brand out in front of everybody, are they going to say, hey, I really think you should only send 150 postcards out and you should really target your people? Or are they going to say, no, you need to send 12,000 out every other week?
Right.
Most of the time, they're going to go with what is a combination of a good business decision with them, with a combination of what's a good business decision with you if you found the right sales rep. If you did not find the sales rep, they're going to go with a really good business decision for them.
That's the truth.
So the same thing is so true with social media. Don't just think that because you've hired somebody to do your social media that they're looking out for you, that they're putting your brand out there the way that they need to put your brand out there. Don't just think because you hired a videographer that they know what they're doing and that they're doing the stuff that they need to that's going to look good online. It's not, all the shit is not the same. You got to find something that is going to, that somebody is really looking out for you, especially when 76% of people are using online media to push their brand out there. 73% of males, 76% of females. And so we want to make sure that we're pushing the right message out there to the right people, to the right way. So guys out there in podcast land, you got to roll your sleeves up and dig in, understand the importance of content, understand content. We're in a culture of content convenience, right? So people are absorbing what they want to absorb. People are absorbing it when they want to absorb it and how much of they want to absorb it. If you are not entertaining, guess what they're not going to do?
Right.
They're not going to tune in.
Yeah. And if you're not authentic, they're not going to tune in either. And that would be my first advice is like, if you're not going to be authentic from the start, don't even start. But what I notice a lot of people falling into the trap of is like, I'm scared to get into social media. What's the best thing I can do? I'm going to hire somebody that can help me with my social media accounts. They're going to take it off my plate. Breath of fresh air. Right. Wrong. The expectation is wrong there. What you really need to understand is that if you're going to do this and do this at a high level, just like anything else in your life, if you're going to, work out and you want, specific goals in the gym, that doesn't just come by like, oh, okay, I got a trainer, right? That's the way you got to look at it. It's like, okay, just because you hired a trainer doesn't mean that you're going to meet your goals. There's a lot of hard work that goes into it, right? There's a lot of planning. There's a lot of edits. There's a lot of redoing. So understand that, when you go into a social media platform and you actually hire somebody, think of that as, you hiring a trainer at the gym. You still got to put in the work.
Agreed.
However, they're going to help you get to your goals.
Great point. Yeah. And they have to see you on a regular basis, so not that you can't get an app to work out, right? But your trainer needs to see you. Okay. They need to be connected with you. They need to know what's going on. It's not a one size fits all by any stretch of the imagination. That's simply not. You can get an app and work out, right? And it's going to help you. It's going to benefit you. But as soon as you start to get hyper focused, as soon as you want a certain type of growth, you better have the right help or guess what? Somebody that's got eyes on, or guess what? It ain't gonna work.
Well, that's why, we made the commitment. Will and I also made the commitment where, we brought on relatively part-time / full-time, a full-time media consultant where, they're here helping us with shoots, videography, still shoots, everything that we could possibly do and helping with the social media bit. But, going back to it, it still is a lot of work on our end. And what we're doing is you're building a brand, and people got to understand that when you're doing your social media, keep at it. You're not going to build a brand overnight. Like Rome wasn't built in a day. It's the same thing for social media.
Right.
You just got to take your lickings. It will build, especially if you're authentic, but it's going to take time. And anything worth having takes time.